All right. Today is not a physics lecture. It's uh, about my hobby of making uh, sourdough bread. And the first step to making sourdough bread is making the starter. Now, I've got two starters here. I typically keep them, I refrigerate them. I used to, when I first started out, I would have a starter and I would like feed it every 3 days. I mean, I was kind of wasteful because I would throw the starter that I wasn't using, I'd throw it away. I finally learned how to make some sourdough tortillas, and I used to do that. I haven't done that in a while because I kind of just uh, learned that I can refrigerate the starter and so we're going to make some more starter. You can see here I have two. This one today is the 28th, January 28th. This one was January 9th. Um, I had already made some bread out of this one. Once I prepare the bread, I refrigerate it. Um, this one is one January 23rd. This is the most recent, so I'm going to use the older one to make our our starter. So I'm going to put this one back in the refrigerator. Um, and you can go about, I wouldn't go more than 4 weeks. I have gone, I think like 30 days with it in the refrigerator. I did notice that at that length of time, it, it did, you start off with about this much starter and it grows. You can see how uh, it, it grew here on the sides. Uh, so, uh, 4 weeks is about the longest I like to go. I have gone a little bit longer. I do notice that the growth, the rising, is a little bit slower. Uh, we don't need this. This is only for when we actually make the bread. I'll do that on the next video, prepping the the dough. Now I don't use um, cups, teaspoons. I use grams. So everything I do is on grams. So I turn on my scale. I tear out um, the the weight so that it's zero, and I'm going to put 100 grams of each. 100 grams of starter, 100 grams of water, and 100 grams of flour. So we're going to start with this starter. Now, when you do refrigerate it, you want to use a cap. The other one, it did have one of the ball type caps underneath the metal rim. So we're gonna uh, first I'm gonna drain. There's a little bit of moisture in there, so I'm gonna drain that out. Excuse me. Okay, now I'm going to uh, just let this pour. If I need to give some help here, that's why I have a little rubber spatula. Get 100 grams. It's 40. Oh, that's 90. Let's get a little more. 94. There's 100. There's 100. 100 grams. So I tear that, and now I add 100 grams of water. I don't use tap water. I have a Brita filter, which gets rid of some of the um, uh, the chlorine and the some of the other chemicals. So I just use water from a Brita filter. And there's 100 grams of water, and then we put the flour. And I don't, uh, again, I don't measure. I just use this little scoop because I don't want to make a big mess trying to get a big cup or half cup trying to get it into this the wide. ball jar here. There's 18, 29. It's about 15 grams per scoop. 49, 63, 78, 90, less than a scoop. 90, there's 100. So we've got 100 grams. Well, that says 99. I'm going to add just a little bit just to top it off. And there's 100. Okay. Now, stir it up. I use chopsticks. And I just get in there, stir it around. Try to get down to the bottom. Okay, I think that's good. Now, one thing I have learned, I've been making sourdough. Not I started in March of 2023, and here it is, January of 2025. So not quite 2 years. What I've had a lot of mistakes doing this, but what I've learned overall is that sourdough is pretty tolerant of mistakes because I've made plenty. Um, okay, so there you can kind of the lighting's not very good, but it's a thick mass. Um, you can see it doesn't pour, so it's pretty thick. Now, this is a coffee filter, just it's a small coffee filter. They make big ones, but I usually like I think this is like for a 4 cup coffee maker, and it's a perfect size for these wide mouth ball jars. And I just cap it, and if you remember seeing on the the other jars, I always put a date and time so I'll know uh, when I made it. So today is 01/28, and it is 00/29. I'm a night owl, so it's 12/29 after midnight, and that's it. So we're gonna set this aside, and tomorrow it should at least double in size, maybe a little bit more. Let's see. It's a little hard to tell. I can't read on the glass. Uh, it's about right there. I can put a. Let me grab a rubber band, and I'll put a rubber band indicating where the level is. That's about the right area where the starter is, and we'll see it rise quite a bit tomorrow. Okay, so that's making the starter. The next video, I'll actually show you how I prepare the dough, and I use the same four ingredients. I mean, the same three ingredients: the starter, the water, and flour. But much greater quantity, still 100 grams of starter, but I'm going to add salt to it. And you'll see that in the next video. Okay, thank you.